Okay, here we are, week 3, video 3 of a 10-week series around ACA compliance and specifically the IRS 226J penalty letters that are being issued to your clients. So this one's about challenging the 226J letter, because if your client receives a letter, they have the option to challenge it. So the thing is, the IRS only gives 30 days for your client to respond, and they're going to have to adhere to some very strict guidelines, which means they got to be very swift in gathering and compiling the information and actually responding correctly. And just a quick question for you, and when I ask this question, don't think I'm calling you out, I'm actually calling you up. You know, you should be up on this stuff, and your employee or your client, when they get these letters, the first person they're going to think about is you, because all the information that's in these letters is revolved around the benefits and the compliance around the benefits, and your name's on that. So, you know, you really should feel like you're being called up when you get this information, and if you're not up to speed on it, just simply get in contact with me and we can have these conversations. So the first thing that your client's going to need to do is furnish the requested information, and the IRS will solicit specific information from your group regarding, you know, enrollment, the benefits that were offered, affordability calculations, declinations, and even some granular payroll information, all bound up into one package. And then again, they only have 30 days to do it. That's something that they probably don't know how to do. They're going to call you, and they're going to rely on you to help them get that done. And when that happens, I want you to call me. I have resources. I partner with the best ACA accountants in the industry, and we can all partner up on a call. I do this all year long, by the way, and we can really do a good job for your client if they're already in that situation. But again, not to call you out, your client should never be in that situation, because it's your job to protect them from those things. The next thing is the engagement with the IRS employee that actually sent that letter. So each letter is going to have the name and contact information for that employee and at the IRS that's going to be receiving this information. And there's also some instructions on how to actually craft a well-written response to that person, so they can begin assessing whether or not they can just, you know, say, oh, you know what, looks like you were in compliance the whole time, slap on the wrist for not doing your filing right. We're going to move on to the next company. But in most cases, that response isn't you know, sent very well, and the IRS, you know, they asked for information, and if the employer didn't know how to provide it, you didn't know how to advise them to do it, they're going to impose that penalty. And again, they're going to look at you. It's a perfect opportunity for one of your competitors, another broker walking around the streets, knocking on doors, trying to see if they can win the business. This is the perfect time for that group to consider inviting that broker in to find out if they can do a better job than you in this particular regard. It happens all the time, and I always say this: your client is loyal right up until the time they're not. So just don't let this happen to you. Again, this is a 10-week series. I'm going to have more information. I'm kind of going subject by subject. This one's regarding challenging the letter. Again, my videos are on Monday, and I kind of take a deep dive on Tuesdays, so make sure you catch my article on Tuesdays. I also email a newsletter out regularly. My contact information is all over LinkedIn, so you can find me there, my email address, my phone number. Also, please go onto my website, look around, and more importantly, fill out my contact page, and so I can get in better contact with you. Also, don't wait for these things to happen to call me. Let's get out ahead of it. The year's just starting. There's plenty of time to have these conversations, and until we do, I look forward to talking to you very soon.